Hello. I was looking at the finances, and based on the discussions that I had with the board before, I'm thinking that maybe I would need to move to a team in Serie B. Can you find me a team in Serie B? Because with Pro Patria, I don't think that we will be able to stay for much longer. We have only half of the squad with contract extended. So, do you think it's possible to find a team in Serie B for me?
Sti cazzi, Gino Ramos, Savonarola, you're a Dominican Ferrier. Don't forget about it. I can find you a team in Serie B. I can find you for sure. Not maybe in 1 month, but maybe in 2 months, maybe in 3 months. I can find you. What you need to know about Italia and Italian football, Girolamo, it's only one quote, which is carta se face perché uomo è fallace. So you need to understand that if you go to a Serie B team, they might keep you for 2 weeks or 1 month and then they might get rid of you. They might close your contract and so on. But this is because it's Italy. But I will find you a team in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months, in 4 months. Doesn't matter, I will find you a team.
So, boys and girls, if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like. Then we will go forward and tell you about why are we in the playoffs and what have we done in the playoffs with Pro Patria. So, one step from Serie B, and this means that we did some very important steps to go forward, advance, and go to the next league, to Serie B. Let's see if this has worked or not. Well, the first match in the playoffs quarterfinals we played with Lecco, a team in our league, our mini league Serie GA. We played with them before. We managed to defeat them in the league in the past, so kind of a familiar rivalry. But unfortunately, the first match was a little bit tense. 1-1. We managed to score first through our Finnish left winger Itu Momo, but then they managed to equalize, and outside of that they had this kind of penalty almost in the last minute. Nerve-wracking. After this, the second leg was also 1-1. It was very tense. We managed to equalize after they scored first, so it was quite a bit tense. I think that we did a good job. We didn't play bad, but we had to go to penalties, and this is how the penalties finally were decided. First one to go was Castelli, who missed, so the emotions were up to the highest level because we missed our first penalty. What are we going to do? Tordini scores for them. Of course he scores. What else is he going to do? Bortoluz, our substitute attacker, scored with a very good shot. And then Bordin comes for Lecco. Of course, you don't know what to do here. They're scoring. It's 3-1 already. It's Leonardo Galli, and he scores. Very good shot, even though he's not a starter for us. Then Mamona. I had a lot of confidence that Mamona would miss, but no, he scored. Even our keeper was there on the right corner. And then we get to Patrick Peda, our central defender. What is he gonna do? Is he going to score? Yes, he scores, and we are still in the match. 4-3 and only one shot each. Guastamacchia is the guy that is going to shoot the last one for them, and he hits the woodwork. Incredible luck. So we were down to luck here, pure luck. Because then it's Filippo Gioldi. It's a guy that I like, but I didn't play him a lot. But this time, he scores and keeps us in the game. Filippo Gioldi. Then it's Cioffi for them. Cioffi, he scores also. Amazing shot. How can our keeper save something like this? It's impossible. Then we have Stanzani. It's a guy that I trust a lot. But of course there is a lot of emotion here. What is he going to do? And he scores. Great shot. And then it's Bia for them. Bia. And a little bit of edge here because he doesn't score. The pressure comes to them as they go on, and the fifth, sixth, seventh taker, more and more pressure. And now we have Lorenzo Lolo, who is 31 or 32, and he scores because he's very cool and very calm and composed. And we won through the penalties. But then came the semi-final, and the semi-final was not as easy, not even close. Catanzaro finished second in Serie C, and they have a couple of players that we couldn't really mark, we couldn't really take anything out of them. So Rolando scored the first goal after 5 minutes, and then Gomez, their attacker, scored after 8 minutes. Davide Castelli managed to bring us back into the game with a goal in 40th minute, but in the second half we were also quite poor compared to them. We didn't manage to create enough chances or even control a little bit the match. So in the 83rd minute we gave away a penalty, and they scored through Pitarello. So we went after the first leg with a 3-1 deficit. But the drama doesn't stop here. Second leg was even worse. We played at home, we tried a little bit more attacking, but we didn't manage to do anything. We lost 3-0 with the same Gomez scoring in 9th minute, Sconiamilo scoring in 40th minute, so we went at the break 2-0 down. Impossible to come back. Then just as in the first leg, 83rd minute we give away a penalty, so they score for 3-0. Unfortunately, in the second leg we were not able to score one goal. We weren't very bad, but we were nowhere near to win this semi-final. So Catanzaro goes to the final, and they play Südtirol. Südtirol is a team that finished 4th in our league. If you remember, we played with them a couple of times. We managed to defeat them, but they are playing the final against Catanzaro. So then it's time for a decision. And the decision, boys and girls, comes down to the squad and the finances. If you are looking at the finances here, we have a wage budget of 2.2 million and spending of 2.6 million. This means that the squad is how it is, with the loanees and everyone involved, but it's almost impossible to increase the wage budget. I'm not sure even if we were able to gain promotion to Serie B, the board would allow us to increase the wage budget. To me, a wage budget of about 3.2 to 3.6, 4 million would be great, but let's say above 3 million gives you the possibility to fight for promotion. And this is what is important for your Serie C team, because out of finding good players through loans, getting through a good tactic and so on, managing the squad as we should, and finding the good leaders and the good dynamics and everything else, this can be done, but this has a limit. The board and the management needs to somehow sustain it, and of course through time, because this is what it means. Of course you can get automatic promotion with 2.2 million euro per year wage budget, but it will take time. It will not be in 1 year. And what Peasant to Pope is essentially, it's not necessarily journeyman, but it's a challenge where you want to get as many opportunities as possible to go from unemployed, from being just a peasant, to being closer to the summit, closer to being Pope, closer to winning the Scudetto in Serie A. And for us, if we spend more time with Pro Patria, it will not be easier or quicker. If we are looking at the squad, there are 6 players whose contracts will expire in 2023. There are 6 loanees that are going away. We missed Cesare Casadei through all the 4 matches in the playoffs. This is why we needed to play Filippo Gioldi as a first team player, even though he didn't play as a starter through the season. You see that he had only 8 starts and 22 appearances as substitute. we missed him. We missed Mattia Zanotti in the semifinals. We missed Itu Momo through injury in the semifinals of the playoffs. So we really overstretch our wage budget in order to bring in these guys, but we didn't have enough squad depth. We don't have enough youth to climb up soon into the Serie B or to be in the contention, as one of the top candidates for promotion, even if we are going to look next year in the season preview, because if we are looking at this season preview, we were 7th here at the beginning of the season. We were somewhere at 11th place, because we have a wage budget which is kind of mid-table Serie C. Of course, last year we were, underachieving, because we managed just to escape through the playouts. I know, it's not always about the money, it's also about these people, which were great. We managed to get Lorenzo Lolo, who was amazing, even at 32, a rock there in our midfield. Saporetti and Boffelli, much better than last season, because we didn't bring them in. They were here since we arrived, and we managed to put them in a very good and efficient partnership as central defenders. All of these guys, Davide Castelli, Domenico Laragione, who we brought in, they were good enough for fighting for promotion in Serie C. Luca Pizzul, Luca Bertoni, our captain, was amazing, 30 years old. Filippo Ghioli has a lot of potential still. I think Leonardo Stanzani, a guy that I trusted a lot on the right wing, and so on. There are a lot of players that I think are useful, and probably some of them will move to like Serie B teams next season and so on. But unfortunately, this is the end of our journey with Pro Patria. Next episode, we will look over new jobs, so we will be job hunting. So stay tuned.